Their own way. Kate McDonald visited one regional community fighting to keep its trains.
If you're angry, the old saying goes, you're seeing red. Well, the community up here is seeing red. Do you all?
Neil Battersby from Lismore in northern New South Wales is hopping on a protest train bound for Sydney. Last month, his state government announced it was closing the railway line between Casino and Murwillumbah near the Queensland-New South Wales border. It did it because its tax revenues were drying up. It wanted to push its budget back into surplus.
I think the government's more happy to have a surplus in their budget than providing utilities and services to the people of the state where they're actually getting that surplus from.
I'm all for paying more tax to provide basic service. I don't have a problem with that at all. But I think governments are there to provide infrastructure, there to make, this doesn't need to make a profit. It's a service to the community.
Sydney trains don't pay, so why are they murdering us because ours don't pay?
Well, it's a public utility.
It's a convenience.
The police and the duck and hospitals, they don't make money.
No.
Thousands have signed petitions and staged protests from Byron Bay to Lismore to keep the railway open. They believe a long-term investment has been sacrificed in response to short-term financial pressure.
Our population here on the northern rivers is going to increase. All the statistics show that it will increase over the next 15 years.
If we look at the future, this line has a future linking up to Queensland, and if it goes, that option goes in the future.
Well, Neil Battersby, why should government subsidise uneconomic services?
Well, first of all, let's look at things on a larger scale, right? The Australian taxpayer fork out $15.5 billion a year for road transport accidents. Or should I say transport accidents. 97% of those are road, 1% is rail. You add into that noise pollution, air pollution, the accidents again, you're looking at $30.9 billion a year.
John Stone, isn't it a government's role to be involved in national development, in looking after its citizens in a situation like this?
Up to a point. I wouldn't want to argue the question that Neil's made because it depends entirely on the figuring. He's got figures. I don't know what those figures, whether the figures are worth 2 bob or not. I'm not traditionally not, but I don't know. What I would say, it's obviously correct when you're assessing whether or not a railway of that kind should be maintained to look at some of what the economists call externalities in that regard, such as, the cost of road accidents and stuff like that if people don't have a train to travel on. But when you've done all that, there still is a point in many cases where you have to say, look, this thing's costing too much to run. It's not worth it any longer.
Yes.
I think what we face really, Jenny, is an ideological battle here. It's about whether we go down the track of a user-pays system, a privatised system, or whether we go down a taxpayer-funded for services system. And the electorate will vote on that.